Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. It's always a good day when we have a writing icon in our midst over here. And today is absolutely one of them. We have Judy Reeves, author, teacher, all-around cool person. Honored to have her on the show again, making a return appearance. Judy, how you doing?
I'm doing really well, especially after what you said.
Well, it's so true on this. And joined by my co-host, doing a phenomenal job. She's the executive director of San Diego Writers Inc., Kristen Fogel. And we're going to turn it over to Kristen. She's going to be taking over this interview. She doesn't know that I'm teeing her up to be the regular host of Spotlight on the Community while I can bask on some very cool beach somewhere over there. So,
you literally did that last week. You're like, here are all these variables you're not familiar with. Go. So thank you. Thank you for that.
We're going to turn it over to you.
Great. So Judy, I know you well because I'm executive director of San Diego Writers Inc. You're one of the founders of San Diego Writers Inc. So we may know each other.
We may. In fact, you're kind of my boss now.
I'm not your boss. I hate when you say that. You're my boss. You're one of my favorite people and my mentors. See, this is why I shouldn't take over, Drew. I'll just gush over her all.
Not gush over her.
Gushing is allowed.
I'm going to ask about the boy and the kid.
I
and
know,
the
all the
dogs
things.
You can.
But I think the thing that we want to get into, and I want to get into writing and classes you're teaching and all that sort of stuff, but the big news is that you just released your memoir.
I did.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, the memoir that had happened 30 years ago, and the story is being told now.
Yes.
And the first question everybody asks is, why did you wait so long? Why 30 years?
Why did you wait so long?
I waited so long because the story wasn't ready to be told.
Yeah.
I'd made fiction, I made essays, flash, poetry, all those things of that time about that the memoir holds. But the memoir itself wasn't ready.
Okay. So I have some questions about that.
Okay.
But tell us about what the memoir is about.
Yes, the memoir is about, in 1990, a couple of years after my husband died, I sold everything I owned, bought an around-the-world airline ticket, and packed a single suitcase and left. And and so the thing is making that transition from this is who I was to I don't know who I am now, and I needed to go away to be able to find that. And so the memoir covers that 1990, 1991 period that I was gone, and plus flashbacks to Tom's illness and death. And
so question for you
Sure.
On that, is that something you had been thinking about before? That, one of my beloved Tom is not going to be with me. This is what I'm doing. Or, boy, it just hits you and I'm doing it.
There I am. It's in the first chapter, Drew. There I am.
Got to read the book, everyone.
Yep.
Got to get the book.
It's a beautiful book.
Sitting on my balcony at this condo that I bought for some reason. I'm going to buy a condo now. And the idea came to me that said, just go.
Wow.
I mean, I've been traveling before.
Sure.
It wasn't something I'd never done before, but and I had heard recently about those around-the-world airline tickets that I didn't know about before.
Interesting.
Yeah, you get going one way and you go all the way around the world in a year.
No, that's great. Before we go back to Kristen on it, just for our audience, I think we've asked you this question before, certainly some of the other authors, and Kristen, I know we've asked this question, but for our audience, difference between a memoir and an autobiography and a biography.
Yes, a memoir is a slice from life, whereas autobiography is the story of a life.
Gotcha.
And a biography is what somebody else writes about that life.
Can you write more than one memoir?
I beg your pardon?
Can you do more than one memoir?
Yes, plural, memoirs.
Well, yeah, you've got
These are my
slices,
memoirs.
You could do your Drew radio career memoir. You could do your Classroom of the Future your boat memoir. You know, let's start tomorrow.
All of the shores that you'll be lounging on.
It would be short, about a page each over this. And
well, Judy, Jill, and I will help you write that page.
Yes.
How about that?
There is such a thing as a micro memoir.
Really?
Yeah.
Like one word? No, in all seriousness, I know how popular you were talking about this before, Kristen. We've had you on about memoirs are very popular, are they not?
They are, yeah. I mean, as we're kind of alluding to, there are infinite things that one can write about. Judy does teach, you've taught micro memoir, which is actually a thing. Talk a little bit about that. That's abbreviated in some sort of way.
It is a style of writing the memoir. Okay. It is small pieces connected together through various themes, as opposed to one long narrative that might have an arc that goes from beginning to the end. And the thing about many memoirs is that you only want to cover a certain period of your life. You don't want to start, I was born and then, all the way through. So you select a certain period of life that for some reason, has a story that you need to find out more about. Which is why we write memoir.
So how do you get started on that? So let's say you want to start on, as you're mentioning, I've been fortunate enough to be a partner in a boat that's docked right in front of the Humphrey stage. So I see about a billion concerts a year. We'll see number 40 today, this year. But how do you start? I mean, all of a sudden, do you fast forward like 40 years? And how do you get started on something where you go to that slice of your life? But by the way, we're getting free advice over here. You should normally have to pay for this. Good to do Judy Reeves' micro memoir class.
Well, maybe I can ask a follow-up question that'll be helpful.
Okay.
Because I'm curious for you, when you were writing these pieces about When Your Heart Says Go, the memoir, what was the point that you started taking the short fiction pieces and the nonfiction pieces? Was it, I know you had a publishing deadline. Was it like, I have to get it all together by then? Did you have a solid draft before then? Or how did you start to collect those pieces?
I am a daily writer, and so things will just come and come and come. One day I was at a mini writing retreat at my friend Jill Hall, who some of you know. And I was sitting at her dining room table. I opened my spiral-bound notebook, and I wrote, "This is a memory." And the memory of a time in Salzburg during that trip came. And 6 pages later was the beginning, and I just kept going from there every day, writing another. I didn't have a publishing deadline. I didn't have a publisher. I didn't know what I was doing, except I was compelled to write these memories, write these stories.
Exactly. We're chatting with Judy Reeves, author, writer, teacher, talking about her recent memoir. Where do you get your memoir, by the way? Where can you find it?
Where can people get it?
Amazon,
but I like to say bookshop.org. If they don't have a local indie bookshop, they can get it there. They can order it from bookshop.org, which supports indie bookstores. Amazon, hey, yes, I know 60% of all the books sold go through Amazon, but I like to support
your local
indies.
businesses. Yeah.
No, I think that's great. It's called When Your Heart Says Go. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community spotlight, now in our 17th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union and these beautiful Mission Fed studios. And Mission Fed's been doing great things for more than 60 years. Joined by the host of this show. I'm going to call myself the assistant host. That is Kristen Fogel.
Okay.
She's the executive director of San Diego Writers Inc. Kristen.
Are we on break?
No, we're not on break.
We're not.
We're ready to more questions.
Okay, perfect. You wrote this little note that said commercial break, so I'm just a little confused.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll teach you the nuances of that.
Thank you.
Exactly.
You've talked a little bit about writing practice. Can you talk about the importance of writing community, perhaps?
Writing community?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a book, a little plug for another book there.
Yes.
Writing Alone, Writing Together. Because the writing itself is something that we have to do alone. Me and my pen, or you and your computer, or however we do it. But if I do it in community, if I have people to support me, if I'm not as afraid, I'm willing to take more risks. I think we always look for our own tribe. Radio people look for radio people.
Yeah.
And there's support within that community, giving and taking, and learning always.
Yeah, you talk a little bit at the end of the book about how you were in spoiler alert, like in the bathtub and started to think about creating was it the Writers Co-op at the time or the Writing Center?
The Writing Center.
The Writing Center. Yeah.
It was that same kind of message that there I was on the balcony all those years before.
Yeah.
When your heart says go, it's time to go. And in the bathtub, it says, you're going to open a writing center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So listen to your heart when your heart says go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the other books that you've written besides the memoir and maybe how this was a different process than writing those types of books? I bet. They're just a little bit different from each other.
A little bit different. One of the main ways that it's different is that with those other books, and there are 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm. You just have you're so prolific. You can't even keep count these days.
Well, one of them had a second edition, and so
there you go.
Count that as separate.
That is confusing.
Okay. A Writer's Book of Days. Yes. It was the first one, and it came out of the writing practice groups that I did at the Writing Center for all those years. Mm-hmm. And the second one, Writing Alone, Writing Together, was the one I just spoke of. And then I did a couple of little writing kits that came out of that. One was a writer's retreat kit because I absolutely believe in going on writing retreats. A writing retreat can be going to Lestat's for a cup of coffee and taking your notebook with you and being there for 20 minutes. That's a writing retreat, as is, going away forever and ever.
Yeah.
And then Wild Women, Wild Voices. So all of those, I am Judy Reeves, writing teacher, writing practice provocateur.
Right.
Yes. And so I have a persona, and this is who I am. And here I am, now I'm writing a memoir. And as I said the other evening, it's like standing in front of everybody, taking off your clothes and saying, well, what do you think?
Right.
It's so there's an exposure that is makes you vulnerable. There's an exposure like I have to tell the truth. I'm writing this memoir because I want to find out what that time meant to me. Mm-hmm. How did it change me, who I am now? And so it's an examination, whereas those writing books were more coming out of, this is what I've learned, this is what I want to share with you, let's explore writing together. So it's like a head-heart thing.
Perfect. So many other questions for Judy. I'm Kristen Fogel. I'm co-hosting Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community. It's the longest running community podcast now in its 17th year. And it's brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. And we're in this beautiful Scripps Ranch studio. They've been doing great things in San Diego for more than 60 years. We'll be back with Judy Reeves, writing Provocateur, in just a moment.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Kristen Fogel, Executive Director of San Diego Writers, Inc., and the co-host of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight in the Community, the longest-running community podcast now in its 17th year. We are brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union in this beautiful studio in Scripps Ranch, doing great things in San Diego for more than 60 years. We're back with one of my favorite people, Judy Reeves, author, writing provocateur, co-founder of San Diego Writers, Inc., which I've been working with you for about 11 years now. Can't believe it. Yeah. So welcome back, Judy.
Yeah, we're coming on 20 years
I know.
next year.
Talk a little bit about that, maybe. I mean, that's really exciting.
That is exciting.
What excites you about? Where do we go from here?
Oh, Kristen.
We're just getting started.
I know.
Judy
and I have
a cup of coffee. We got
Judy and I have such grand dreams, and Jill just yanks us away from them
Whoa,
and says,
Nellie.
"Hey, she is the whoa Nelly." So, but if it were up to Judy and I think we'd have a bookstore and
a cafe, a stage. We have a radio studio.
It's
we would.
never too late. It's never too late.
That's exactly right.
I agree.
Never ever too late.
Because it is about the community and bringing people together and giving us a place, a place to be together, to create together, to spark off one another,
Well, and we've talked about this before, Kristen, when you've been on, and of course you too, Judy, and especially in this day and age what we live in, certainly some of the tragic events that has happened in the last week or two. This world needs a lot more of empathy and writing and fun and solace and thinking and retrospective stuff. And what you guys do is bring that and a connection of there's always someone out there that needs to listen to some stuff. And when you touch one person, you're touching probably 100 people in that aspect of it. Talk about how important that is in this time and age.
It's so easy to be anonymous. And when you're anonymous, it's damn lonely to be anonymous. I mean, sometimes we do want to be, and we need that, and certainly we need solitude. But that connection, I was listening to the radio driving up here today, and they didn't just talk about the number of people who were killed, but they said, here is a man who lost his wife, and what can you tell us? And he told his story. Mm. And I'm crying, and I'm driving 75 miles an hour, I'm crying. Mm. And it's that kind of connection that we need. That's the only thing that's going to save us. I'm absolutely convinced of that, is that connection, one human being to another. Yeah. And so we do that through telling our stories, however we do it.
Yeah, no question, Kristen.
Absolutely. Drew always asks this question, and I always give a very pageant-type answer, so maybe you can answer it. He always asks me, is San Diego a writer's town? Why? And why is that? Do you have a better answer than I usually have? I mean, I think so, but...
What are the qualifications to be a writer's town? A town where writers live and write?
I guess, is this a good community?
It's an open-ended question.
Yeah, do you think that writers are attracted to San Diego? Do you think there's a lot of local, homegrown talent? Do you think that this is a hub for writers? I think that's what Drew kind of alludes to.
I think that it is for many reasons. Of course, San Diego Writers Inc. Mm-hmm. But, if you look at all of the open mic, there's so many open mic readings around, not just not just poetry, but prose as well, mm-hmm. that I could go to one every day. I could go to one every night. Sometimes I do.
Yeah, you're out there a lot.
Yeah, there's organizations such as the Mystery Writers. What is it? They call themselves Sisters in Crime, yes. I think. Mm-hmm. There's the Children's Book Authors and Writers and Illustrators, African American Artists and Writers Association, Romance Writers of America. Mm-hmm. I know I'm missing a bunch of them.
Writers
and Editors Guild.
There's,
Yeah. And so here we are. And so we're gathering in community. We're going off. We're doing our work alone. We're coming together again. And when you come here, you can go to any cafe and sit down, and there's going to be somebody else writing, mm-hmm. And you can either talk to them or not and start a conversation. What are you writing? What are you doing? Yeah, so I definitely say that it is.
Excellent.
And the reason why I asked that question, and you've been doing this for 20-year anniversary coming in next year, is, certainly you can quantify it by saying, listen, we started and there were 15 people that were getting involved mm-hmm. with us, and now there's 290. And when we started with 3 workshops, we got 8, and it's continuing to grow. Obviously, you can quantify in that area as well. And then, of course, and that's the folks that you just brought up, Judy. Well, that's not counting the folks that are going to these coffee shops or wherever they're going, and they're just getting in a notepad mm-hmm. and they're sketching whatever they have, and whether it's just for themselves at all. The reason why I bring that up, when I went to school at the University of Mississippi for a year, and we had Willie Morris was a guest, lecturer, so to speak. Then he brought in his buddy William Styron, and so here you are around these guys, and you're going, "Are you kidding me? My goodness!" And the South is known for some of its, and of course, Oxford is where William Faulkner, Roanoke, and all that stuff. That's why I brought it up. Can San Diego be the next, area where this is a nurturer for writers and so forth?
We have the programs through San Diego State,
Right.
University of San Diego, University of California, San Diego, USD, Point Loma College. I think you teach at Point Loma Nazarene, don't you?
I do, yeah.
They have a university. And oh my gosh, the community colleges, Grossmont has an excellent writing program. San Diego City College, they have
Mesa,
their own publication.
Right.
Mesa. So there are opportunities either on what I used to call, the cafe writers and the university writers, and so any level that you want to enter, it's here. And I find it's also very open, welcoming and accepting of whoever you are, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think that's something that we haven't touched on either, is San Diego is just I remember coming from LA, just how people were so nice here, and it was so strange to me. And so that's definitely helpful for a writing community, because when you're talking about sharing your stories and that acceptance and that sort of love, for a lack of a better word, I think that we have that kind of baked into our San Diego community, or ethos, if you will.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what's next up for you? You just got this memoir. So what's next for Judy Reeves? What are you going to be doing? You're going to write every day. We know that. Okay.
I am. I just started a new practice. It's capturing a moment every morning in the loose leaf bind, the spiral bound, 2 minutes. 2 pages of a moment, just capturing a moment. And I don't know what will happen with that. It might be another writing book, I'm thinking, maybe.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
So if you were to title this now, is it?
Go.
It's capturing a moment. That says it all. So, and so you do these 2 pages when it strikes you, or it's 8:03 and 44 seconds. I'm writing this down.
Okay, it is second cup. I've already finished writing in my journal.
See?
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Second cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cup, journal, my lips hit the second cup, 2 pages.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Oh boy, man, there's a
And
title. There's a title in there somewhere.
But it is, and you just start with a moment, and like first thought, best thought in art, but not necessarily
Sure.
everything else. But
Right.
whatever that is, what is that moment you want to capture?
That's great.
I think too, when you write a book, Drew, you'll figure out, once we put together one of 3 memoirs for you, you do the business of publicizing said book. So you had a beautiful reading last Saturday at the San Diego Public Library. So many people turned out. I had a wee part in it. I got to read some of Judy's beautiful words.
Judy Avatar.
I was a Judy Avatar, which was so fun. But then you have other events that are coming up, right?
I do have other events that are coming up. Amy Wallen and I are going to be locally in San Diego. Amy Wallen and I are going to be at the Book Catapult on the 20th of November. And Amy Wallen has written novel, memoir, writing book. I have written...
Amy's been on the show, has she not?
She has. I think
You teed that one up
I think
for me.
so, yes.
Yeah. How to Write a Novel in 20 Pies. Did she bring you a pie?
Yeah, she brought me the book, but
She owes you a pie.
She does owe you a pie. She owes me a pie.
She owes everybody a pie.
Yeah.
Amy, you're on record that you owe pies to everybody in the studio next time you come on. And by the way, I like banana cream. Okay. So,
She makes a nice savory, too.
oh, my goodness. All right.
A
Very
little
good.
cornbred crust and
You're getting me hungry, Judy.
know.
inside,
I am hungry.
inside. Okay.
So you'll be with her. There may or may not be pie there at the Book Catapult.
I think she said she's bringing pie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you'll be there, and you'll each be doing a reading?
I think we're going to talk about, because I have written in these genres, she has written in these genres, I think we're going to talk about how does a writer choose the genre they're going to write next, or how does the story choose the writer and the genre? I think that's kind of what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know we're getting to the end of our time, but I want to publicize that we have Fall for Writing.
Yes.
That's coming up. And by the time this comes out, it will be done, but we'll be recording all of the classes. So can you talk a little bit about what class that you're teaching?
I am teaching how to write the perfect scene.
Perfect.
In the midst of, I think there's maybe 5 craft classes that are going to be done from from plot to character to scene, and I'm not sure what all.
Yeah, we have a memoir class in there. We have
Lots of poetry on Sunday.
We have lots of poetry. We have lots of really fun things coming up.
Yeah.
So, listeners at home, you won't be able to tune in live to the Zoom, but it's an hour. Each of them are an hour and 15 minutes. Judy will be teaching. We'll have the recordings available, and it's pay what you can. So get in touch with us over at writeyourstorynow.org. Judy, before we wrap up, is there anything else we can do to support your efforts?
Buy the book.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I never wanted to be one of those writers who said, buy my book,
It
buy
is
my
such
book.
a beautiful book. They need to buy your book. So
Did you
I will
notice
say
the
it for
sign
you.
I was wearing that says, buy my book?
No. You should. I'm going to make you a shirt that says that.
no.
That says, buy my book.
That's a great idea.
It is.
Beautiful. Well, it's been wonderful chatting with you, Judy. So I'm Kristen Fogel, been chatting with Judy Reeves, writing Provocateur and author of When Your Heart Says Go, the amazing memoir that is just out. I've been co-hosting Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight in the Community, the longest running community podcast now in its 17th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing beautiful things in the community for 60 years out of their Scripps Ranch studio. Anything else, Drew?
We hope you enjoyed the show.
We do. Thanks so much.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.